welcome back to What's Cooking with Daystar. Today I am joined by Hilary Reinglass from Hil Vil Natural Wellness, located right here in St. Petersburg, Florida. And we're so excited to have you with us today.
Thank you so much for having us. We're so glad to be here. Yeah.
Awesome. Today, Hilary is going to show us how to make a vegetarian spring roll. And we're very excited about learning that. And we're going to just have some conversation about Hilary's business and her move to St. Petersburg and all kinds of interesting facts about her organization. And of course, working her cooking magic to share with you, our audience. So, Hilary, thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for having us as a business. And, we're so happy to support Daystar. Awesome. So, yeah, we're excited to be here.
So tell me a little bit about Hil Vil Natural Wellness. What kind of organization are you and what do you do for the community?
Oh, thanks for asking. So we are a holistic wellness practice based here in St. Pete. We're actually originally from Chicago, and we came down here about a year and a half ago. So we actually moved the business and all of our wonderful things, myself and my wife and our dog, of course, and we came down to sort of change pace, if you will. The Chicago winters are really intense, and we really love St. Pete for so many reasons. It's very much based in the local community, the local feel. It's also very LGBTQ plus friendly, which we love so much. So again, like I said, we're a holistic wellness practice. We offer things like somatic health and life coaching, biofeedback therapy, yoga and Tai Chi classes, and then a myriad of other holistic modalities to help our clients feel well from the inside out.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about which one of those things is one of your favorite things to do with a client.
Biofeedback frequency therapy is probably one of my favorite things to offer our clients because it truly gets to the root cause of what's going on inside of their condition internally. And then we can start to work with them to make a plan for their holistic steps moving forward. So yeah, that's my favorite thing about it. And biofeedback frequency therapy, what we use is to, first, it scans the body anywhere you want to look. So you can check any tissue, organ, or cell, see how it's working overall. It gives us an assessment, and then it gives treatment at the same time in the same session. So it starts to help regenerate those cells, brings blood flow, and overall healing to those areas. Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot.
That's cool,
but it's amazing. Yeah.
So would you say that one of the things that you work with your clients on, I'm just imagining someone that would come to you is maybe feeling sluggish or maybe a bit overwhelmed or blue, and they come to you and maybe they have some kind of
ailment,
maybe nutritional deficit, or maybe it's just they're just not maybe eating properly. And would you say that food is one of the things that you work on the most with your clients?
Food is one part for sure. Something that we really focus a lot on is mental emotional health. So our mental emotional health affects our body in such a big way that we don't always notice what's happening. So when we have stress, it raises cortisol in the body, which creates inflammation, and then healing can't happen when that's happening inside the body. So we want to help that person get out of their fight and flight and actually activate their parasympathetic nervous system, which is more rest and digest. And of course, food plays a big role because we can eat things that are inflammatory, right? And that's going to affect our gut health, which a lot of us might know affects our brain health as well, and then how we're feeling, like you said, sluggish. So we look really at a whole of a person and try to help them learn how to take those steps so that they can start to heal themselves more naturally, if that makes sense.
That is amazing. Well, let me ask you, how did you and Bill get involved in this type of work? What inspired you to become natural wellness instructors?
Thank you for asking. Both of us came into holistic wellness separately. Vilya has been in the holistic wellness field, and actually she has a background in chiropractic medicine, Chinese medicine, and acupuncture. So she has that background, and she has been in the field for about 22 years. I came into holistic wellness actually through growing our own food, and that's what I knew was really important for me. And then from there, it was just sort of a natural progression into other things. But yeah, that's sort of how we both came into it. And then obviously we met. We met together working for a different company, a holistic company, and then we really realized like, hey, we want to do this on our own terms. And so we decided to branch out for ourselves, and it's been a huge blessing, and such a way that we can really share our calling with whoever we're meeting and really live from our own truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's wonderful. What a great story.
I hope I answered your question.
Oh, you did. You did. You did. So today you're making us a vegetarian spring roll.
Yeah.
And we're excited because I don't think we've made a spring roll yet. And I know we haven't made a vegetarian dish yet.
Cool.
So we're very excited to have a vegetarian and a Asian dish.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So, thank you for saying that.
So what do we need to do? Show me how to make this spring roll.
So we are using a chef's knife, and a lot of people will hold it from here, but actually you want to grab 2 fingers on the topmost portion and then hold it. And you might get a little callus there, but that's okay. It'll eventually go away. So for peppers, we like to chop the top and bottom if you're doing this in a chef's kitchen, and then you can actually cut one side and then roll it out, if that's helpful. And then this can be composted. And this can lay flat.
I'm really hoping that our viewers can see absolutely gorgeous all of these prepared vegetables look. And your knife skills were out of this world. But just to keep in mind, you can use cheaters so that you don't have to worry about having fancy knife skills to make this. So now that you've prepared all of our vegetables, Hilary, what comes next? What is our next step in this process?
So just a quick shout out. So spring rolls can be made however you really want them. I decided to do a little bit more springy, pun intended, spring roll today because it is spring and going into summer. So we want to eat more raw vegetables, have more water in our diet, things like that, so we stay hydrated. So first of all, so you can actually put whatever you really want in a spring roll, in my opinion. You can also add meat to it. You can add eggs. And then different cultures will have different kinds of spring roll-like dishes. So this is more Thai infused. There's also Vietnamese, there's Korean. So it just depends on what you're wanting. You can also cook these after. We're not going to cook them today. We're going to have them raw. So first thing we did is prepare the veggies because it's a lot easier when you're assembling, similar to sushi, if you've ever made sushi before. And then we're going to take our rice paper. If you ever find that your your rice paper looks like this, you're going to double up, and then we're just going to make a big one. It's going to be beautiful. So we use rice paper in my house because I'm primarily gluten-free. My wife is now primarily gluten-free because of me. And we just really love spring rolls in general. You can also use a tortilla for this. So you're just going to dip it into ideally cold water or room temperature water. You want it to get fully submerged, and you really only need to leave it in there for a couple seconds. And then as you take it out, it's going to start to get softer. Okay, so from here, we're going to let that just get a little bit softer. And then start assembling. Honestly, it's that easy. So if we were going to put meat in it, I would usually put the meat first. And then from here, we're going to just assemble. So we have our cucumbers, we have our peppers, and we have lots of different types of peppers, whatever you want to use. I'm going to put down carrots first. We shredded carrots. Heidi beautifully shredded some carrots. And you don't want to fill this too much because honestly, it's going to fall apart. And we're going to use the rainbow today. So we're going to have all the colors available. And I'm just
Really
gonna...
is so pretty. And it smells
Yeah,
delicious.
so I was about to say that. I
I
was like,
wish
can
we
you
had
smell
smell-o-vision because it
it?
smells so good. It smells
Yeah.
like fresh, crisp vegetables.
And so this is not properly julienned, but you can make this a thin cut, or what I really like to do is make ribbons with like a peeler or a shredder. And those are great options too. Just helps give us different textures in our food, and it could be more satisfying. It's also easier to break down, and if you have kids, it can also be a great way to get them into the kitchen. And Heidi has a really cool children's knife here. So this is an awesome thing to use with kids' knife. It has a serrated edge, and it's plastic, so it's not going to cut them ideally. So now I'm adding the cucumbers. We want these thin. Again, you can use ribbons and stuff. I think that's probably big enough. All right. Is this soft enough? Yes, it is. Now, first, what I like to do is fold this over once, like that. We're going to hope this sticks together. And then fold it once. And fold it on the other side, similar to a burrito. And then rolling it over. Go ahead.
And while Hilary's doing this, I want to point out that you can purchase the rice paper. I got them from the international aisle in the supermarket. So whatever store you shop at, rice paper is available there. But like you said, you can also use tortilla shells if you don't have soft tortilla shells, if you don't have a spring roll wrap or rice paper wrap. And if they do make tortilla shells that are thin and gluten-free as well, they also make them out of Cascasian flour, which is a grain-free tortilla wrap.
Cool.
So many, many options for tortilla wraps to fit
Totally.
all budgets and all availabilities of products.
You can do this a few ways. I'm going to just do it this way because it's the easiest. But this is a nice presentation if you want to sort of make it look nice for yourself. You can also put this inside of the spring roll. So we're making a modified peanut sauce. So obviously we have almond butter. You can totally use peanut butter. You can use sunflower seed butter. Anything that you have on hand is going to be good. It really adds a nice fat content and flavor profile into the sauce. So I'm just going to dip this in there. So I try to, honestly, I go by a feeling. That's my intuitive nature. But if you want to, I would say the serving size is probably 2 to 3 tablespoons. Okay. And then, do you want to take care of the sauces and I can guide you through? So you can use different things inside your sauce. Right now we're using a gluten-free soy sauce, which is called tamari. You can also just use soy sauce, even soy sauce packets if you have them, and those are great too. This is a maple syrup. You can also use sugar or honey. That's totally fine. And then we also have coconut aminos. You can have coconut aminos by themselves or use it as an alternative to soy sauce, and then you just want to add more salt to the sauce. We're going to give it a little garnish. We don't have any sesame seeds. We're going to garnish it afterwards.
So I'm just going to take some of this tamari.
Yeah, tamari.
And I'm going to just splash it in, right? Oh, the top.
Yeah, so you can, I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Keep going. That's good.
All right.
You want to stir that in? I can stir.
So what, that was probably a couple tablespoons?
That was about a tablespoon.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just, or maybe like 2 teaspoons, which is almost the same.
Okay.
Okay. And then you want to add just a splash of maple syrup.
Okay. That gives it a little sweetness, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it'll bring out the sweetness in the almonds as well. And you can see this is kind of thick, so you can always add a little bit of water. That's really helpful.
So this looks fantastic. I'm so excited to try it.
Yeah.
Before we do that, though, tell me a little bit about what is going on with Hil Vil Natural Wellness. Anything you would like our viewership to know about where you're located and how they can get in touch with you and any special events you may have coming.
Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. So this Mother's Day May, we have a special going on. Actually, it's a 2-for-1. You can do red light therapy and we have a massage chair in our space. And so your mothers or yourself or whomever can come into our space and get that treatment. It really helps with overall well-being, helps the skin, cell growth, and things like this. And then this weekend, actually, we are going to be at the Market Marie in Clearwater. They have a Saturday morning market. And then on Sunday for Mother's Day, we are going to be at the, it's a tattoo convention at Coastal Creative. I know, really random, but it's actually a 4-day event. We're going to be there on Sunday from 9 a.m. to about 5 p.m. and sharing just holistic wellness, because it is a tattoo event, but they also care about holistic wellness. So we're matching that in a really cool way. And then you can find us around town all the time. We're doing different events. So please check out our website. It's www.hilandville.com. And then I'll give you guys that link so that maybe we can drop it in the comments.
So let's try this.
Awesome. Yes, of course. Here, so if you want to grab some of the sauce, I suggest you pour it so that it doesn't.
Okay, so pour the sauce over the top.
Here you go.
Thank you. Awesome. Oh my goodness. This looks fantastic. Very excited to try.
Oh, I wanted to say one other thing before I take a bite.
Sure.
So it's my birthday in 1 month from today, and they didn't know this before I came. I decided that, like, myself and Vil decided to do this. But we'd love to do a birthday fundraiser. So starting today, we're going to start to collect donations up until my birthday and then donate it to Daystar, because we really believe in what they're doing and we love their space, their initiative, their mission, and we want to help more people around the community. So thank you so much.
You are so wonderful. Please let Vil know that we are so appreciative. It's just so generous, and we just adore our community, and we're so glad that you're part of our community.
Okay, so, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of What's Cooking with Daystar. Hilary, thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you, Heide.
The spring rolls were absolutely amazing. We will have the recipe and alternatives to making this recipe in the comments section. We'll also have information about Hil Vil Natural Wellness in our comments section. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we hope you have a wonderful day.
Yay.